Welcome to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast, where world-changing spiritual entrepreneurs come to deeply awaken the power within to bring forth their greatest purpose, to create massive awakened impact for millions of souls around the planet, while enjoying being in tune with all life and real wealth in all aspects of their lives. I'm your host, Daniel John Hanneman. And welcome everybody to the Spiritual Rockstar Podcast show. I'm so grateful again to be here with you. Today we're going to be talking about a new revolution solution for humanity and why that matters so much right now is things are getting a little bit intense, of course, and what else is new? That sense of intensity has been there for a while now, and all of it is designed to help us again to deepen into the presence and power that we are more than ever. So it's allowing that which is unreal to be exposed, that which is non-truth to be exposed, and that which is the real deepest deal comes into the light of awareness and into our experience and expression into the world. So I'm really looking forward to having this chat with you today. We may have some channeled messages. I imagine there will be at least a couple along the way, formal channeled messages. Although I feel that I channel often when I'm speaking, so looking forward to continuing this channel with you throughout the entire broadcast. But I will have some formal channeled messages along the way to support us in our spiritual rockstar journeys. All right, so we're going to go ahead and dive right in just one moment. Do you want to meditate and make money? Let it be simple. Let it be easy. Let it be fun. Go to yoursacredpurpose.com and get your free Meditate Make Money meditation today. Okay. All right. So I want to lead a little bit with some of my humanity and what I'm dealing with there. It's very easy for me to just go into the depths, into the light, and into the higher awareness. But I want to go into the ground with you and go into our lower chakra center energies that I sense within myself, and therefore I sense within the collective right now that may be listening to the show. So I feel like at the time of this recording, which this will probably air in short time, probably around Halloween, this is going to be airing. There's it's a spooky time. There's a lot of rumors around things that might happen. And I've talked about October being a very pivotal month for people to either decide to catapult themselves forward with their purpose and be empowered overall, or to perhaps devolve further into fear, doubts, and locking yourself down. Never mind what's happening in the world, but just locking ourselves down and hoping that things will work out, that sort of energy. So instead, what I've been noticing is rather than people shutting down, there are more and more energies perking up during this month, which is great. That's a great thing. Great thing for humanity. And the reason why we're here is because, again, everything, our entire lives are designed to help wake us up. Our entire journey, our individual and collective journeys are designed to wake us up. I've been saying this for a while, but it's interesting that I found a video from, actually, I'll give credit to, it's called After School. Maybe some of you have seen that YouTube channel. And they put productions together of various wisdom and speakers. And they put it into like drawings, right? So maybe you saw this one, but there's one by Ram Dass about something about entering into the nothingness or something along those lines. And so early on in that video, he talks about that your entire life is here, showing up for you to help wake you up. And what is the destination? The destination, in a sense, if there is a destination, is to let go of everything, to awaken to the always aware presence that knows that everything is in its divine perfection always. Does that mean circumstances that are happening in the world are optimal for humanity? No. But there is a divine perfection in everything that's unfolding that is trying to conspire for our highest and greatest good. So I feel that when I'm talking about a new revolution solution, it reminds me of someone like a Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith talking about the answer is you. It really reminds me of that, because in the past, where have we been kind of dropping the ball in terms of moving things forward? Again, let's kind of review. I do this regularly as I do these podcasts when I don't have guests. Well, part of it has to do with, again, everything's perfect. So it's all this is to help us explore consciousness, everything we've been doing over all these, whatever, thousands of years, millennium, however long we've been on the planet. So it's all perfect as it should be. Yet where are we where's our slippage? Where have we lost our way, in a sense, and we're finding our way back into it after having all these grand adventures. So where we've slipped is continuing to blind ourselves from the reality that we're already whole, well, and perfect, and that we are infinite power. We're infinitely connected. We are the heart of love in our essence. We are connected and one with that. Now, are there players on a planet that are the dark players, right? In our humanity, does that exist? My most honest answer is say, how do I know for sure one way or another, right? But I'll tell you what my take on it is absolutely. I mean, absolutely there are human beings that we have witnessed over millennia that don't care about other people's welfare. They care about their own welfare. They care about what they're trying to achieve for their own ego control and aggrandizement, right? That's what they care about. We know this within ourselves. We know this within other people in our lives. We know this maybe in a more dramatic sense when we look at people in the world that have power that seem to be acting in ways that are just getting more and more transparent, that they don't really care about the people that they're supposedly leading. They don't necessarily care. What they care about is their own agenda. They care about something that's driving them. That is, conscious driver to have more of whatever it is that they are enjoying having more of, or not enjoying having more of, but feel the compulsion to have more. So what is our collective response to this energy? I don't as much care about what sides people are on ever. That's secondary to me. The first thing is to look at, there's no question that what I just said exists. I mean, there's no question for those who have eyes to see. Okay, and I believe you have eyes to see. So I think what it has us feeling like sometimes is like a battered spouse or something along those nature, not nearly as spectacularly horrible as that in some cases, but for many of us, it's not so spectacularly horrible as something as that. But it's similar in that you hope if you're nice and you kind of go along just enough so they don't attack you or hurt you, that everything's maybe going to be okay and we're going to be fine. And as long as we do that, we're going to be fine. Let's say it's not a domestic violence situation where your very life is at risk necessarily, although that's maybe appropriate or a fair metaphor to some degree. But I don't want to totally equivocate them because they're not exactly the same, but there's a dynamic that's similar. I need to stay safe. I need to not speak up too much. I need to go with the program to some degree, whatever the program is, right? So whether it's just do these next few things and then, life can get back to normal. And, we might actually send you some presents, like abusers do that. And things that are after beating the hell out of their spouse, usually it's men beating up the women, but it happens the other way too. It does happen both ways, more than probably people realize. But in any case, afterwards, in a number of cases, the flowers come, the candy, the new necklace or diamonds or whatever. They bring some, we're okay, here's something for you. We're experiencing the same thing. Here, I have a check. We get checks from the government. You're fine. We've got you covered. There's no need for you to worry. You see, I'm a good person, or we're good. We're the good guys. We're looking out for your welfare. It feels good, right? Just like it does for someone who's in that situation and being abused. It feels good still. Like, wow, maybe he or she cares. Maybe he or she really does love me. Maybe it will work out. Maybe things are getting better. And so I just ask you to just sit with what I'm saying. And part of your consciousness is probably aligning with what I'm saying, and part of you doesn't want to believe it, just like someone in that situation. Like, I can't hear that. I don't want to admit to it. I deny it. I don't even see that as being real. Say whatever you want, but it's transparent to people with eyes that can see. Is it something brand new? Has this only been happening since a COVID era, or whatever, wherever you see, or when Trump got in, or whatever, however you want to see it. So however your perceptual faculty sees things. But truth is, it's been going on for a very, 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 very long time. And here, again, most of my audience, not all of it by any means, but a lot of my audience is here in the United States. We've just had it really good. We really have. We've had it so good for so long. Our problems are very minor compared to some of the issues in the world. We didn't really see it as being that big of a deal. It's like, yeah, I'm kind of being controlled. I'm kind of not treated great, but it's not too bad. It's kind of good. I actually feel very free at times, and but somehow you've had a sneaking suspicion. And when I say you, I mean all of us. Not just you, but your family members. And through all the generations, you've had a sneaking feeling that somehow there is something amiss. There's something that's not quite right. And that sense is just built up over the years around the world, it seems to me. Yeah, there may be exceptions, pockets on the planet where things are experienced a little bit different than that, but there's a rising up around the world in consciousness. What's the program? The program seems to be, let's keep them as asleep as possible. But in fact, in the divine design, it's just the opposite. It's like, wake the hell up. Hello up, okay? I'm told I'm supposed to kind of watch these things on podcasts, these words, but okay, we'll see. Anyway, so wake up. Wake up. Would you wake up? How much more do we have to bring to you to wake you up? So the revolution solution, what am I talking about? What am I talking about? What is that? Haven't we had enough of war? Because it's a war idea when I say revolution, maybe. There's been all kinds of revolutions. There's been a revolution of women becoming empowered, and a revolution in technology, a revolution of this. So don't assume that I'm talking about some kind of revolution that is a sort of violent sort of thing at all. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a revolution of consciousness where we actually become awake and aware and begin to act like the infinite love and power that we are, and allow ourselves to experience the magic of life at a whole new level, where without my divine consent, I am unaffected by the so-called other powers in the world or in the universe even. Like I'm not rolling with that. You know, I as they say, I'm not going along with it or whatever, you know, whatever words you want to use. I do not comply or all the different slogans. I'm awake, I'm aware, I know who I am. I know who humanity really is. And I've known this for a very long time. The people, there's the so-called dark energy, controller energy on the planet, is there to help with the awakening. They're just playing their role. They're willing to play their role to wake up the mass consciousness. The solution is for us to have a revolution of consciousness, or an evolution of consciousness, even better put, an evolution of consciousness for the solution. And so it's very simple. It's not like I'm the first person to say this, but probably not too many people are saying exactly the way I'm saying it, but this is what is needed right now. So what does that mean on a practical level of your life? It's one thing to say, yeah, okay, yeah, totally, I get that, yes. So as we feel into, as I started to get into it, and then I got into describing the issue, but if you feel, again, that sense of, feel into your lower chakras, okay, maybe your root chakra, your sacral, your power center. Maybe close your eyes and pause and breathe just for a moment. Feel into that energy around, like, you know, if you have fear around things happening in the world, or concern, feel that concern. If it exists, feel it now in your lower chakras. If it's there, feel it. And this is a process we use to rise up in a consciousness. There's many things we can do. This is one. You can ask it what it's trying to tell you. Like, listen to it. Just say, what are you trying to tell me? Let it speak to you. Just pretend it has a voice and it could speak to you. What's it telling you? Okay. Whatever messages are coming through, perfect. Let's say it's giving you a fearful message, feeling message. Okay, let's just assume most of you, it probably is that. It might be something else, but let's say it's a fearful sort of thing. Okay, great. The next step of this process is to ask it this. But what are you really trying to tell me? Tell me the real truth. What's the higher order message you're really trying to send to me? Let's see what it says now. Okay. Okay. So what you're getting now, you can pause the recording if you want to, but what you're getting now, that's assuming that a more uplifting message is coming through now, which typically happens. It doesn't always happen right away. Sometimes you have to ask again, okay, no, what are you really trying to tell? Because when you really ask for the real truth, it's always the flip opposite or something quite different than what the initial fearful response was. When you feel that, then the fear starts to dissipate, right? Or disappear. Or the energy moves. And maybe you feel constriction somewhere else. Then you can repeat the process. You become more and more and more empowered. Now, of course, if you just slip into presence and your depth, all of it might disappear just with that alone, right? You don't necessarily need to do what I just said, but when you do that, it's possible if you never listen to what this energy is saying when it comes up, that you really could potentially be missing out on some energetic juice that would help to move you forward in your evolution. So that's why I recommend doing it. Definitely love being in the abiding consciousness, right? I love abiding in the depth, the connection we are with Source. There's other energies going on. And when people are honest, even again, deep spiritual teachers, the greatest ones on the planet, even Eckhart Tolle, or I don't care, if you like Dalai Lama or whoever you like, I think your favorite one, I can pretty much promise you they get little wiggly niggly spheres. Almost 1000%, I could guarantee it. All of them. Jesus did, right? As far as we know, based on the stories, I'm sure if we channeled Jesus right now, we probably could ask about that. If you want to, we could do that to get one of our messages from Jesus. Jesus represented a revolution solution. He said basically all these, many things, but one of the things he is saying is all these man-made ideas from your mind are not the truth. The truth lies in your heart. That's where he's pointing you to. There's something that transcends all these spiritual dogmas and rituals and rules. There's something beyond that. That's part of what he pointed into. As part of the playing out of this, of course, some of what Jesus represents has been hugely distorted and used again by the controller energy within ourselves. Okay, again, it's not out there. The dark players out there just represent the dark players within our own consciousness. When you don't think you have it, it means it's just really repressed. It's really repressed. It might be triggering for you to hear, just like it's triggering for people to hear, hey, and I mean this for everybody. There is all of it inside you. You've got a killer inside you. You've got a racist inside you. You got your divine love. All those things lie within the consciousness. Therefore, they lie within you. You're connected with the all. If you say I'm one with everything, you're also one with that. And then we judge it. We say, oh, it's wrong. I can't possibly have it. Let me, say that doesn't exist within me. And or not recognize it in me in any way. Well, it still exists. So the solution is to recognize it lives inside you. It's not out there. It's within you. It's within the perceptions you have. Whatever stories you say about people you're worried about, or what's happening in the world, images come to you or feelings show up. That's happening in you. It's not happening out there. There's a perception. Something's happening. There is something happening. But it's happening somewhere in consciousness within you. And other people are experiencing maybe similar things. Other people are experiencing totally different things. That's why we have this sense of divide. People are experiencing different things. There is more of a coalescing, though, happening right now. There is a little bit more of a unity happening right now, even within the divisions. Because people are waking up. This isn't about us getting more and more divided like we've always done in the past. This is about us uniting into the oneness field, into being integrated as multidimensional spiritual beings in a physical human dimension, and that we're the answer. Us becoming awake and aware to what's really the truth of who we are is the answer. And that is the answer for humanity. That will help us experience more light, more expansion of love on the planet. The rest, like things like environmental issues, racial issues, whatever the issue, economics, our physical safety, technology concerns, the good, bad, and ugly, all those can be handled very, very wonderfully when we master our inner technology. You say you don't trust it. Let's say you have a thought, you don't trust where technology is going, you're concerned, you're excited, but you're concerned. Yes, and you also feel the same way about your inner technology. I have infinite power, man. I'm really excited about that, but I'm nervous. What if I screw it up, this infinite power I have? What's the real truth about that? How could you screw it up? Well, maybe I use my powers, my abilities to tap in and make things happen and manifest. Could be wrong. I could get it wrong. Do you tell a child that they're going to get something wrong? That they would be wrong? No. And you, as an infinite child of God, it's the same thing. You can't get it wrong. You can't get it wrong. You only have something to learn from, and that which is real can never be harmed, never altered. So we're all just experiencing what we're meant to experience right now for the evolution of consciousness. So it looks like I need to start wrapping up for today. So I'm just going to share to round things off today. I hopefully the things I'm saying can be supportive of just kind of get oriented what's happening and maybe give you some insights in what you can do to navigate these times better for yourself. I will tell you now, I do have a Rock Your Sacred Purpose group where I'm helping light leaders to really to get wisdom and support they need in their purpose and in their business to do their world-changing work in the world. So if you're interested in receiving support, channeled messages, and energy scanning, and wisdom and knowledge that is both spiritually nourishing and practical, not only for your energy, but also for your business structures as a coach, healer, spiritual teacher, what have you, or even spiritual entrepreneur, go to Rock Your Sacred Purpose group on Facebook and join me on Mondays at 3 p.m. Central, where I am there, most every week. There's sometimes I'm off. So check that out. It's free. I do that free on Mondays, 3 p.m. Central, where I individually do to support people that come there and ask for help. And for the group, I do energy scanning and bring wisdom and channeling. Let me see if I've got a quick channel message or two for you here today. Live in peace. Recognize the wholeness with like childlike wonder. As the cartoon characters of your mind reveal the schism between the ideas of good and evil, center deeper into your hearts to see the truth that you're already free, unlimited, clear, and pure. Nothing within this purity can ever be taken from you. It is the generative force that empowers all, allows all things to be possible. Thank you. It's our job, everybody, for us to harness that and to let it propel us in our moment-to-moment existence in life. Let the love in your heart guide you. Love everything. Love everything. Of course, discern truth from non-truth on your path. Not with judgment, but with clear insight. And act accordingly to what you know to be true for you on your path. Now, boldly, freely, and clearly. You're here for a reason. And you are meant to lead in the light for all humanity. Which is calling you is meant for you. No longer deny it, but let yourself be free and experience that freedom ripple out into the consciousness that liberates all. Thank you, God, and so it is. Okay, everybody. Sometimes it comes through and I have a sense of exactly who's channeling through me. Here I'm just dropped in the presence and source sharing these messages with you today. Okay, all right, well, grateful to share with you. The more we can align ourselves in this deeper channel within, again, all things become available and possible. Love all of yourself. Love everything. Let it set yourself free. And as you set yourself free and you set everyone else free within your heart, there's nothing else but the beauty that's always been here. Okay, everybody. Love you all. Peace, love, and blessings. And like I always say, keep on tuning in and we'll keep on rocking it here at Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. All right, till next time, everyone. Goodbye for now.
For listening to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Stay tuned for our next upcoming new episodes each Wednesday and Saturday. Please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review to help us to serve you best. As a reminder, you can get your free Meditate and Make Money meditation at www.yoursacredpurpose.com to rock your sacred purpose. Goodbye for now, everybody.